Darling.
The England batsmen, of course, will be playing themselves in again before they start making shots, trying to get a good side of the ball.
An appeal for leg before. He's out. Boycott. Leg before to Hogg for 23. 1 for 58's the score. And Hogg has broken through once again. His figures 1 for 12.
Well, I think that was a fairly good decision because Boycott went right the way back on. His stumps played across the line of the ball, attempting to force the way through the mid-wicket area. And it was just a pretty straight ball, a medium pace, straight ball, which, so strangely, Boycott missed. Here's that dismissal again. Hogg, at about no more than medium fast, delivering to Boycott the ball pitching, as you can see, about off stump, cutting in slightly, and I think it must have hit about middle and leg stump. He was right in front. So that's the first breakthrough there for Australia. And Boycott is out.
Now, Randall on a pair. They're going for the single this time. It's Yallop coming in, but they're through. And Randall has his first run. He's off the pair, so Randall is 1. 1 for 59, and that's the first run scored this morning. Hogg will continue from this end. He'll bowl to Randall. And crack through the covers. A nice-looking shot from Randall. That may be 4. It's slowing down in this outfield, but it should just beat the field, will it? Yes, it does. Randall on to 6, 1 for 64.
Yes, a beautiful shot there from Randall. The authentic cover drive. Notice how his hands are wide apart on the bat. But he gets his foot pretty well across the bat, a fair way from his pads, but nonetheless he hit the ball right in the meat of the bat. And the ball zipped past Cover's left hand.
And they're going for the single, a shot at the stumps here. And he's hit them, and not out. Only one stump to aim at by Darling. A beautiful throw, but Gooch was home.
Yes, Gooch was quite comfortably home. He backed up pretty well.
Randall on 7, and the bowler is Dimmock. And bouncing over the gully's header chase for Tui. There could be 3 in this. Gooch completing the second run quickly, and he's coming back for 3. Yes, a comfortable 3. Randall going along quite well. He's up to 10 already. But Gooch still on 26. 1 for 68.
Randall does look a fine player with the ball coming onto the bat. He's got such a good array of shots. There he goes onto the front foot, onto the back foot, and cuts that ball away beautifully through the gully position.
Right out to the boundary it goes. 4 more to Gooch. Well, actually, it's his first score today, but he's really gone into that. So Gooch moving on to 30, 1 for 72. And right now there's probably less wind than we've had at any time during this game. That windsock, which is our guide, away to the left, is just hanging limply. It's just a still, sticky, humid morning. What was the contact there?
That was a good delivery. I think it was pad. I don't think the bat was put to it. There it is again. The ball coming in off the wicket, hitting the top of the pad. That's it again. Gooch definitely beaten by that delivery. But playing tightly enough to escape the consequences.
And cracked. Beautiful shot, that one. Slashed between the third slip and the gully. 4 more to Gooch. He goes on now to 35. Total moving to 78. 1 for 78.
It's an excellent square cut there from Graham Gooch. But I think this is going to be a sign of the times, because I think now the England batsmen, having gained a sight of the ball, I think they'll be going for their shots more.
And straight away, Yallop dropping down a third man. It's a defensive move by the Australian captain. 2 it is. And a chance and caught, is he? Or dropped? Did it reach to him? That was Hughes.
It was an edge which didn't carry. Hogg, a little frustrated by that. The ball not bouncing very much. The edge from Gooch flying there to Hughes at second slip. You can see the ball's going to ground now. And let's have a look at it again. In fact, Hughes got to it before it got down. Hughes coming forward has grasped a catch. It was a difficult catch.
And hooked and ladled over square leg. There's a man out there. I don't think he'll get to it. And the ball goes slowly across the line, showing how lush this outfield is. Gooch to 39.
Well, Gooch is obviously going to play his strokes now. Moving well inside the line of that, and he hit it pretty well.
Now that 4 takes the total to 82, which is a lead now of more than 200. 201 in front. There were 119 in front on the first innings. Gooch, who's added 13 runs this morning, 3 fours and a single. They're going for a run here. There's danger. Randall straight up the pitch. Who's there? And they hit too late. Hit the stumps, but Randall was home. He was 2/3 of the way up the pitch.
Yes,
and the Australians just stood there.
Yes, I think Randall's done a return journey there. He was almost at the other end. There probably was a run in that, and Randall was quick to see it. The ball just dropping there, down in front of Gooch. And Gooch not making any move at all. As that was Wood who came in from square leg and threw to hit the stumps, but Randall had made good his ground, scampering back. But all in all, he must have covered something like 30 metres.
That's short. That's hooked away very powerfully by Randall. Fine shot. He really clobbered that in front of square. Takes England on to 1 for 93 and Randall on to 16.
We'll see this one very short, and Randall hitting this very high ball, but hitting it beautifully.
Graham Gooch on 43 now. Settling down at the far end, it's Rodney Hogg. Going to continue from this near end, this pavilion end. Confident shout going up there. Doesn't disguise his feelings, Mr. Hogg, does he?
No, he really was very, very confident about that one. Let's have a look at it.
Well, from the end of the line.
Gooch playing well back. And hitting middle of the pads. Looked reasonably close.
It was a good shout, Bob, but see from where he delivers that ball, right from the end of the line. It's going to cross at an angle, and I'm absolutely certain the umpire was right. It was going to miss leg stump.
Certainly well up as the spot to bowl for Gooch, who pushes back so often. The LBW appeal there is style of ball. It's very likely to get him one. It just nips back in.
He's given him out this time, and I would have thought it was a very, in fact, I would have thought the first one was closer.
Well, I thought the first one was out, Jim, but just looking at that one, I thought it might have been ducking down the leg side, but it's evened out.
So Graham Gooch goes LBW. At least some runs to his name there. He's made 43 out of the England total now of 2 for 93.
Here's now Rodney Hogg once again well up to Gooch, as he should be. Or cutting down, this time hitting on the outside of the left pad, whereas the other one hit between the pads. Big appeal, and up goes the finger, and that pleased Rodney Hogg that time anyway. There again then can't see it quite as well because Randall's in the way. Good innings, however, by Graham Gooch, one which must have pleased him.
Well, in comes Mike Braley, which I thought must be a fairly strange decision. I think Gower or Botham, a little higher in the order at this stage for England, might have been a more aggressive policy.
Yes, England, who really do hold all the aces in this game, should be trying to push on their advantage. Really hasn't shown any inclination on this tour to score very quickly. I think he took 7 hours for 100 against Melbourne. In the test matches so far has only been able to push the ball around, not play attacking cricket.
So Rodney Hogg again with both openers to his credit into Braley. And that's edged, and that's got to be out. First ball, and Braley goes, and the Rodney Hogg is on a hat-trick. So it's disaster there for Mike Braley, and the joyous Hogg has now claimed 3 wickets at a cost of 30 as England tumble here to 3 for 93.
Yes, we'll watch this ball now. Rodney Hogg pushing it in again. Outside edge, and a very simple catch to Johnny McLean. And Rodney Hogg absolutely delighted. He does enjoy getting a wicket. Let's have it again. Outside edge. Regulation catch by McLean. Interesting part about that, Jim, that Braley walked a complete length of the pitch after his dismissal to have a bit of a yap to Randall.
So hat-trick ball. Hogg to Gower. Comfortably saved it behind it without any problem. Just dropped on it, pushed it away into the gully. Hogg again to Randall. He's guided that away quite skillfully down to long leg, moving in, and Randall running well. Ran the first quickly and was able to come back for the second. So there's the 100 coming up for England. But 3 men out, Boycott, Gooch and Braley. Threw himself at that, hit it on the up, square on the offside. Once again, he'll bag 2 runs for it.
Well, wide of the body, going for the big cover drive. It's about a thick outside edge which went through point then. Oh,
What about that? Looks like a Sunday afternoon shot there to me. A real yahoo from outside, off stump.
I think, Jim, you could describe the replay for that one.
Well, I tell you what, Bob, it's nearer one of my shots than one of yours.
Yes, I don't think there's a position in the textbook for that shot, but it's certainly effective. It was 3 runs.
Well, we've kept saying what a character this Randall is. He's showing it out in the middle at the moment.
He just absolutely cock a hoop out there. I don't think he feels that he can get out.
I don't know what David Gower makes of that, who's facing now and still looking to score. Gets away nicely this time. Powered off the back foot, square on the offside. That's racing away. Slow outfield though, still down there. And any other part of the ground, he would have made 4 for it. Instead, Gower opens his account with 3.
It's not the spot to bowl a Gower. Short, he's over across that beautifully and square cut that. Look at the beautiful balance then by Gower.
111 on the board, 3 men out. Randall facing. And he's got a top edge. He's going to get 4 runs for it. Oh, the top of the wicket keeper. So everything going to Rick Russell's way at the moment. So left-handed Gower will face Alan Hurst first of all. Just 2 slips and 1 gully there now. It's over-pitched and driven again very fluently and almost casually to the covers. Darling doing a good job of work there. Really had to move. Beautiful piece of running there by Rick Darling. And so once again, Gower has been foiled from his boundary, but he gets 3 more for it.
And here's that cross-batted shot again. We saw one earlier when Dimmock was bowling from the other end, and might just make the line. Hogg's chasing it, and he's got it just inside. They've run 3, and that's all.
Well, I don't think you could call that. What's this? It's got to be a swish. It's hardly according to cricket's Hoyle, is it? It's a most incredible stroke.
It's up in the air, and he's gone. Randall is out. Caught at leg slip there by Cozier, so Randall is gone. Caught Cozier, bowled Yardley for 45. England are now 4 for 135.
Well, if I was Mike Brearley, I'd get Randall and give him a real old round of the tables for that stroke and the stroke he played previous that. He downs down, I would say, almost before the ball is bowled. Now, let's see what happens. There he goes down. The bowler had hardly left the hand and gets a top edge and a simple catch to Cozier, but it's an absolute foolish stroke, unnecessary in the position, and really, no doubt, will have a word or 2 to say to Randall. Here we go again. He hit a mile too early, as you can see, and caught the back of the bat and just popped up a very simple catch. But it's good camera work there, and look at them. They're very happy and not a very judicious stroke.
It's going to be Yardley to both of them.
Well, a man in form immediately, hitting the ball plump in the middle and straight to mid-on, but a very confident stroke.
The sweep shot. That could be 4 runs. It's going to beat Hogg at square leg. It's gone too fine for him. So Botham opens his account with a 4. It's a beautiful off drive. I think that's 4 runs. Nobody's moving. No doubt about that. We've talked about this slow outfield, but that ball was really hit out the meat of the bat. A repeat, and 4 more. Not too far away from the yard at that time, but just beating the outstretched hand. Another well-timed stroke.
Hogg is opting to bowl around the wicket to the left-handed Gower.
An appeal for caught behind. He's out. Gower caught McLean, bowled Hogg for 12. It's 5 for 151, and Hogg has 4 for 35.
Again, Gower, I think, troubled by the bounce, which was rather more than he expected. It came over the top of the bat. And Gower, playing that shot of his, where he tries to make room for himself and cut through the gully, hit the ball with the top edge and was taken by McLean. Here it is again. Gower, as you can see, just underneath the ball, edging it very slightly.
New batsman coming in is Miller. We're down to the second half of the batting order now.
No ball, but I think he played that shot before he heard the call, and it was a very good shot indeed. That sailed right across the slow outfield. That's 5 for 176 now. Here's a prospect of some fun and games with Botham to face up to Yardley. There's the big hit, and it's in the air, and he could be caught. He's out. Caught by Wood. Botham caught Wood. Bowled Yardley 30. Miller not out 10. England 6 for 176, and Yardley has 2 for 29.
And that's the outside edge, and Lever's gone. So useful innings from Lever there, ending with his score just on double figures. He goes out for 10, and England are 7 for 201.
Yardley to Miller. Up in the air, and he's gone. So Miller is out for 25, and England are now 8 for 201. Small figure of Bob Taylor, the wicketkeeper, who's turned himself into a fairly useful batsman. It's going to be Hogg to bowl to him. Off the edge, and there's a very good catch. So Taylor is out for 2. Caught McLean, bowled Hogg for 2, and England are now 9 for 206.
Well, what a catch. There you see it.
Dimmock to Hendrick. So Hendrick is out, bowled by Dimmock for 1, and England all out for 208.
For those who like their action fast and furious, the last 2 sessions have been certainly superb. 10 wickets and 150 runs, and we saw some magnificent stroke play and some superb bowling by the Australians. This means now that England have got a lead of 327. Australia are definitely in with a chance, and it will take some good batting in the last session, particularly by the openers Rick Darling and Graham Wood.
And Snick, and he's dropped.
I don't think it carried.
We may have just got there almost at Brealey's feet.
Let's have a look. Let's see if it carried. Definite edge. There goes the edge. Now, does it carry to Brealey? That's the thing. And his hands down there. Let's watch the ball bounce. He took the ball cleanly, and seems to suggest to me that the ball didn't carry.
Well, that time he pulled away. They're taking a single. Lever coming in fast, but they're 3 for 1, and that's 1 to each batsman. Australia none for 2. And the hook shot. And Boycott's running round. He will not get to it. 4 runs.
The batsman is still running under the misapprehension that the ball didn't go over the line. They just about run 4. Well, I must say that was a good shot, but I'm not too keen on seeing a batsman play the hook shot so early in his innings. You really have to get your eye in and gauge the pace of the wicket before you start playing shots like that. Darling, of course, loves to hook.
No ball call. That's hit him, and a nasty one. Now, that wasn't on the head, I don't think.
Well, where's that struck him? Was certainly in a great deal of agony. There's that ball again. Let's see where it strikes Darling. I think it hit him more or less in the stomach. He's down. And he really is in pain.
So play on. Willis to Darwin. And just look at him, he covered that all right. That's the end of the over. Appeal for leg before, not out.
It was not a bad appeal either.
And that's in the air, and it's going out to Boycott, and is he out? I would say he is out. Yes, Darling caught Boycott. Bowled Lever for 5, an unusual dismissal. Australia 1 for 8.
There's the ball from Lever, short, and it just got up so suddenly. As you can see, it takes him completely by surprise. It's the top of the bat handle. The top of the bat handle and flies out up to mid-on. A tremendous way for a ball such as that to travel.
Well, there's the situation of the game.